Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Painting Those Piggies, and today I'm doing a different kind of video. I actually have been watching so many Project Pan and Project Polish videos. They've become some of my favorite videos to watch. So I saved up all my makeup and nail polish that I used up for the month of January, and somehow it became like something insane. So I ended up using so much makeup and nail polish for January, so it was too much to put in my January empties. So I ended up filming a different empties for my beauty and bath products, and I needed an entirely different video just for perfume, nail polish, and makeup, and that has never happened to me before. So I figured I'd just do something entirely different and just do makeup, polish, and perfume empties. So that's what we're gonna do for the month of January. So let's get right into it. So I have so many empties. I don't know how I did it, but we're just gonna get right into it. This product has a little bit left in it, but the rest did go bad. I am considering it empty because I have been using it for the past few months straight to try and get rid of it. It is about 14 years old. This was like my very first bottle of like legit perfume, and this is my bottle of Coach Poppy. It's not even like a full-size bottle of it, but I've had it for so long. There's just like the tiniest little bit left, but since I've been taking my migraine medication and I did take antibiotics for bronchitis, my sense of smell is off, and so is my sense of taste, but that's a different story. But I couldn't tell that this was off, and my husband noticed it last weekend, so I wasn't able to finish it off entirely, but I am considering it finished. So this is Coach Poppy. It's actually one of my favorite perfumes ever. It is relatively cheap compared to most perfumes, but it is one of my favorite fragrances ever. So I am considering this one done. Off, I have what I am considering a beauty product. I have two of my little oil absorbing sheets. One is the Clean and Clear brand and one is the Target brand. They are exactly the same. They even look the same. I don't have any left in either of them. They're both like blue plastic. These are my favorite ones. I don't like the ones that are like papery type or you know, that kind. I do like the plastic ones. The Target brand are cheaper, but they're exactly the same, but I did use up two in the month of January. Next is a product I finally finished off. This one is totally not my shade at all. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. This is what it looks like. In the inside, it comes with like a little sponge that is now grubby and the pan with the powder in it. This is in the shade Fair Cool, which is totally not my shade anymore. I would pick up like light warm now, but I'm gonna wait for the sale and then pick this up because it is my favorite powder foundation. I actually did have a backup of this, but I sent it to my sister who actually really loves it as well. So if you have oily skin, like ultra oily skin, I would consider this. Next up, I actually finished up 3 foundations, which seems kind of crazy, but I was really working hard on these. They obviously were not full whatsoever, but I wanted to finish up these 2 foundations. These I really love. It's probably like my holy grail foundation, but this unfortunately is not the right shade for me. I decluttered most of my foundations because in the past I had thought I was fair cool until I realized I am actually light warm. So pretty much every foundation and concealer I had was exactly the wrong shade for me. So I decluttered pretty much everything and sent it to my sister, who is actually fair cool when she's not tanned. So they'll work for her, so they won't go to waste, but these are the wrong shade regardless of either color. But I love the formula. No matter what, the line only has like 6 shades, so they won't match me, so I wanted to use them up because they both were really old. They're both in the shade 105, which is way too pink and also kind of dark. It oxidizes and it's way too pink. So I did finish up both of these. It's got such good coverage, but the shade range is so terrible. And then I also did finish up this little sample, and I really loved this foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. My sister actually told me about this, and I just happened to have a sample of like this perfect color in my collection. It was really strange. This is the color I have. This is 117Y225. It's actually a really good match for me. It's a yellow undertone, and it really was perfect for me. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to consider purchasing this in the future. I should have done this in the way I apply to makeup, but I totally did not do that. Next up is a setting spray. And so I had previously mentioned the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray in my disappointing products. I just can't make that setting spray work. This one, however, is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I fell in love with this spray. It pretty much fixed any bad makeup situation. It also did help set my makeup. It fixed too much powder kind of makeup situation. I really liked this. This was the first time I had ever tried this. This is like super old packaging. I don't even know where I got this or how old it is, but I made it a point to really use this up, and I fell in love with it. It is so good. I thought De-Slick would work with me because I have very oily skin. Like, no part of my face is not oily, but I fell in love with this. So I am going to pick it up during the Sephora sale in March or April, whenever it is, but I love this. Next up is actually a primer. I finally found a primer that I like. It probably will only work for me in the winter months, but this is the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I loved this. It's kind of like a moisturizer and a primer mixed in one. I am obsessed with this. I got this as a point perk, just like 100-point perk on a whim, and then I got like 6 more as point perks and just like got them all. I'll show you. 2 more and then 2 more backups, and then I bought like the small size. So clearly I love this primer. It just like does something good to my face, and I really enjoy it. It's almost like bordering on not being a primer, but I really enjoyed this. Next up, I did finish off a concealer as well, and this is the Maybelline Master Conceal in Fair. This is a heavy-duty concealer. Once I used this up and switched to something else, I realized just how heavy-duty this concealer is. I haven't been able to find the shade Fair in any store I walk into. They're always sold out in this shade, but I've got a couple other concealers to work through. Next up is a blush, but I'm going to count this blush even though it is a sample. I swear I used this for like 6 weeks. I don't know how, I don't know why this lasted so long. This is just a Tarte sample of their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. This is in the shade Captivating. This is like a sample card, and I used this for like a month and a half. I could probably still use around the edges. Like, I don't know how this lasted that long. Like, there's still some at the top, but I finally just gave up. Like, I kept this in my makeup bag and I used it for so many weeks. Finally, I was like using it as an eyeshadow, using it under my eyes as an eyeshadow. Like, it was insane. I mean, how am I ever going to get through a Tarte blush? It's so crazy. I didn't really like the shade. I thought it was a little bit too like peachy on me, but I don't know. It was insane that this sample card lasted like a month and a half. It was crazy. Next up, I used up a mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Feline Mascara. This is in the shade Black Brown. This is the mascara my husband picked out for me in the Husband Buys My Makeup, which I never ended up filming. I just grabbed this mascara one day. I actually didn't mind the Black Brown shade. It was more versatile than I thought. I kind of used it on like less heavy makeup days. This mascara was fine, but it ended up drying up really quickly. I opened it at the same time as my Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which is actually still going. This kind of dried up like a month sooner than that one, and I opened that one sooner than this one. So I probably wouldn't buy that again just because this one dried up really quickly. I also used up, finally, this Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Dark Brown. For some reason, I've never had a problem with these drying out before, but this one dried out on me. Like I could feel the little pencil in there like jiggling around. And actually the last time I went to use this, like it had the tiniest amount of product left in it, and then I went to use it up. It probably only had like this week left of uses, and then the pencil fell out in the sink, so it was gone. But I mean, it only had a couple more uses left, but I've never actually had the product fall out of the pencil before, so it was used up. I did end up using up 2 lip products this month. The first is a chapstick. I didn't lose it before I used it up. This is the Cake Batter Chapstick. This is my favorite flavor of chapstick. I did also end up using up the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm. This one is in the Shea Butter. I have 2 more as backups. This one I use right before bed, and it keeps my lips like moisturized all night. I did end up using up 3 little perfume samples. I've been trying to get through these because I have so many of them. The first one is the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy perfume. I actually ended up finding a bottle of this at TJ Maxx, and I bought it. So I really did like this perfume. The next one is Prada Candy. I do really like this. I would buy this if it wasn't so expensive, but it's kind of expensive. And then the third one is YSL Black Opium. I bought a bottle of that too. So these little samples are not good for me apparently. And then I do have quite a few polishes that I went through. The first 3 appeared in my project polish. The first one is a mini bottle of OPI Susie and the 7 Dusseldorfs, which is a metallic purple. The second one is a mini bottle of China Glaze for Audrey, which is a soft robin's egg blue. The next one and the last colored one is a mini bottle of OPI's Petal Faster Susie, which is a soft baby pink with silver shimmer. I did also use up some top and base coats. The first one is a mini bottle of the Cutica Natural Nail Growth Stimulator. Cutica is the brand that Zoya is under. I think I just got this like with a Zoya order, probably like multiple years ago. I didn't notice any like nail growth when I used this. I used this quite consistently as a base coat until it was all used up, but I wouldn't like seek this out because I didn't think it really did anything for my nails. So there is that one. I did have, that was my only base coat. I did use 3 different top coats. This one was mostly empty, but I did thin it out. And this is the Posh top coat. I really do like this top coat. I am going to buy it once I use more of my top coats, but this is one of my top 3 top coats. I did also use a bottle of Seche Vite top coat. I think I've used 2 bottles this month, but I have a refill, like a big refill jug of the Seche Vite, so I use that. I use the little bottles like this to refill, and so I've just refilled like 6 of these bottles with my refill, so I didn't stick them all in here, but I'm going to refill this one, but I just threw this one in here. Seche Vite is in my top 3 top coats as well. And then this one, you guys tell me to get this all the time. I do have it. I don't like it, but it is in here as well. It is quite gloopy. I don't know why I have problems with this top coat, especially since everybody loves it so much. It just doesn't work for me, and I did thin it out so many times, but it just does not work for me. This unfortunately is the Glisten and Glow HK Girl fast drying top coat. It's not fast drying for me, and as you can see, like, it is just a gloopy, globbery mess, and I have thinned it out quite a few times, so it just doesn't work for me. I couldn't even get through the rest of the bottle, so that doesn't work for me. So unfortunately, that's not a winner for me. So that is everything in my makeup, perfume, and polish empties for the month of January. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I don't know if it's going to be anything like this for February, or if there even will be one for February, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.